Task number 6, SMTP, sending email. As with browsing the web and downloading files, sending email needs its own protocol. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP for short. Defines how a mail client talks with a mail server and how a mail server talks with another. The analogy for the SMTP protocol is when you go to the local post office to send a package. You greet the employee, tell them where you want to send your package, and provide the sender's information before handling them before handling them the package. Depending on the country you are in, you might be asked to show your identity card. This process is not very different from an SMTP session. Let's present some of the commands used by your mail client when it transfers an email to an SMTP server. Hello, or EHLO initiates an SMTP session. Mail from specifies the sender's mail address. Or CPT2 specifies the recipient email address. And data indicates that the client will be sending the content of the email message. Dot is sent on a line by itself to indicate the end of the mail message. The terminal below shows an example of an email sent via Telnet. The SMTP server listens on TCP port 25 by default. Here we see by using Telnet with the vulnerable machine IP on port 25 by default, we are connected to it. So we first see the HELO, which initiates the SMTP. Then we have the mail from the sender email address to recipient email address, who sends the email to whom. Then the data indicates the data that we will send. And then the dot indicates the end of the email message. Obviously, sending an email using Telnet is quite cumbersome. However, it helps you better understand the commands that your email client is under the hood. The Wireshark capture shows the exchange in colors. The client's message are in red, while the server's responses are in blue. We can see the same thing. HELO, initiation of the SMTP. Mail from, we send a mail from this address to the recipient of this address. We have the data, which indicates that we want to send data, and then we have the dot, which indicates the end of the mail. Now that we have covered some basic HTTP, FTP, and SMTP commands, you should have gained a solid understanding of how protocols are designed and used. It should be effortless to learn how other text-based protocols such as POP3 and IMAP work. Answer the questions below. Which SMTP command indicates that the client will start the contents of the email message? As we see in here, HELO or EHLO initiates an SMTP session. So we'll copy the HELO. Nope, then EHLO. HLO. Didn't understand, which indicates that the client will start the contents. Data, obviously, because it indicates that the client will start the contents, right? Keyword contents. What does the email client send to indicate that the email message has been fully entered? You can see over here already, it's already filled with the dot, right? So what does the email client say to indicate that the email message has been fully entered? Is the dot is sent by it's sent on a line by itself to indicate the end of the email message. Amazing.